Hello, farmers, and welcome to another episode of the harvest season. My name is Al,
And my name is Codey.
and we are here to talk about cottagecore games, all the cottagecore games.
So much
there are
news.
a million of them.
So much news, and we are also here to remember how to podcast.
Yeah, woo! Was the last episode you did with me the last one I did with you? Oh no, that's such a.
The last episode that I did, I think was I don't even know. I don't even know. But the last episode is funny because people will be hearing the last episode that we did, and then they're gonna hear this one.
So that's what I was trying to ask. Was that the last episode that you did? The last episode that I did with you?
I record Farming Simulator with Johnny in between.
Oh, really?
I honestly can't remember though.
How early did we record the last episode?
I don't know.
My word.
I was just listening to it the other day because it's so fun when, for the listeners, I usually don't listen to podcasts I'm on. But if they were recorded months before.
Months. Absolutely months.
It's like it's like a whole new conversation because my brain has forgotten it. And it was also really funny to hear, like, what have you been playing kind of things. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like the last episode I was talking about the Game Pass and how excited I was. And I'm like, I have not done anything more with Game Pass.
It was 2 months ago. It was the 16th of June we recorded that episode, which was what, 2 episodes before the farming sim. I've done a couple since then as well, but anyway, that's my point. Is it's been about 6 weeks at least.
It's been a hot minute
since either of us have podcasted, so this is a hot mess. Buckle in, you're here for the ride. There's transcripts on the show notes and on the website. If you're listening on YouTube, there should be auto-generated transcript there as well. Who knows how well it does with my voice?
What do things not understand? So
it's funny. Things have gotten a lot better in the last few years, but yeah, there was a point where like most of the like voice related stuff just did not work at all for Scottish accents. Like you would say something and it would think you said something completely different.
Have you ever tried speaking properly? So what are we talking about today?
Mm-hmm. An American told me to speak properly.
You know, right after I said that, I was like, is that the right way to phrase that word?
It's a good thing you didn't say proper.
I
like to speak proper.
You gotta talk right proper there.
I don't know why you went Texas. In this episode, listeners didn't hear our conversation before this, Codey.
Anyone not from Texas has a lot of disdain for Texas.
We love our Texan listeners. Because we know that they're the good ones. Because the amount of stuff we've said on this podcast, the non-good ones are not listening anymore.
No,
we know that.
Listeners who are listening to this will probably agree that Texas...
Even the ones that live in Texas.
Yeah, they'll be like, correct.
Fair.
I'm just here because my family's here and I love them and maybe we can make Texas better. But what are we talking about right now?
We're gonna talk about news because it has been at least a month since any news, and it's been about 6 weeks since a decent amount of news, because I completely forgot to go through the news for the episode that was 4 weeks ago. So they just got 3 pieces of news that we could remember off the top of our heads. So now we've got the rest of the news. So bucklin's going to be great. But first of all, Codey, what have you been up to? I
have passed my comps, and so now it's all like getting work done. So there are a couple of projects that I've had that have like been on the back burner, and I made meetings for them, and I was like, hey, I haven't been able to do this because I was doing my comps, but now I'm done. Let's get this stuff done. Like, let's go. And trying to get those off my plate. That's really cool. I haven't really been playing that many games. Pokemon Go. I'm actually going to Go Fest in New York City. So,
woo! You're going fest.
Go
to the fest.
Pokemon Go to New York City. So that'll be. I'm going to say it'll be fun, even if the game itself is buggy or if there are issues or whatever. It's still going to be fun because there's, members from our It's Super Effective community are going, and we're all
Yeah.
going to meet up and hang out, and it's going to be great.
I'm super sad that I couldn't justify the cost, but
Yeah.
it was like 700 quid to
Yeah.
fly there. Probably
Yeah.
not sensible.
It's easy for me because my partner lives there. And so I literally just have to get a bus there, and then I don't have to worry about anything else. Because like I already kind of know how to do it. I know how to get around. I can just stay with him because places there are super expensive. And the buses. Yeah, that I've also played first game.
Tetris. This is the one that either might just be official Tetris or might be a scam, and we're not
It's
sure
not
which.
a scam.
I still think it's a scam, right? Like anything that promises you a cruise for playing a game a certain amount feels like a scam.
Well, so I was talking to someone about it, about how like basically how they do that is you're playing, and as you're playing, you're watching ads. So they're earning ad revenue.
Sure. But it's a cruise, right?
Well, and
like,
so I looked at the fine print, and basically it pays for an inner cabin room. So like you don't have a window. And it's one of those rooms for you and one other person, but you still have to pay like all of these.
it's a scam.
Which the room itself is like $1,000 per person. So I'm fine with saving $2,000 because the rest of the fees are like $20 a day for this, do for this, like things like that. And basically, when I
So optimistic.
win this cruise, earn this cruise and buy it, Jeff is but when I last played, I was at like 30,000 points, and I'm now at almost 250,000 points. So cruise is in sight, y'all. I'm a quarter of the way to one of the cheaper ones, but.
And what's the deadline for it?
Oh, I mean, they have like rolling deadlines. So if you want to go.
So what's the deadline for the cruise?
Yeah, there will be another one after this deadline.
Another cruise or another thing to replace the cruise?
Another cruise.
Do your point? I feel like your points will reset.
I don't think the points. If I wake up one day and these points are gone, I'm just uninstalled. I don't.
I'm just so convinced that there's going to be a catch somewhere, and it's like you have to do it within 3 months, otherwise everything resets.
No, I super agree. So this one, there is one here. The cruise must be booked by September 25th. I believe the last time we talked about this, the cruise had to be booked by August. So they just have current like rolling ones or whatever, but you go through all these different places in Alaska, which is cool. But yeah, I'm also waiting for the catch.
All right. Well, I look forward to hearing that you finally get on the cruise, and then you have to pay £1,000 to get off the cruise.
We didn't say you could leave.
Pay for your freedom.
So what have you been up to?
I've been playing on my Switch.
You went on holiday.
I did go on holiday. I didn't really play anything while on holiday. I'm so bad at doing anything while on holiday.
But this is the first recording since you got your Switch back. So tell us the fate of the Switch.
So I got my Switch back, but it wasn't my Switch. It was another Switch. They just replaced the Switch.
But did you get like... So I remember that you had a limited edition one. Did you get...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They gave me a like for like, but...
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't worried about that because... Like, it was new enough that I would just, like, I would go back to the retailer that I bought it from. Like, it's been less than a year. I wasn't worried about that.
Okay.
What I'm sad about is that I had obviously no saves left on it because is a new Switch. So I lost all of my Pokemon saves except my Pokemon Sword, because that is on another Switch for shiny hunting. And my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Yeah, ones that I've just like that don't really do anything with anymore. So I lost my Scarlet, which had 150 hours, and I lost my Violet. And I lost my Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu, which I had like 300 hours on, and my Let's Go Eevee, which didn't have a lot on it, but it was like halfway through a Professor Oak challenge on that one, and it had 2 shiny Pokemon that I hadn't transferred off. And I lost my Legends Arceus.
What is the lesson to be learned?
There is no
Is
lesson to be
there?
learned here. There's
'Cause
nothing you can do to fix this.
there's no option.
There's
Like,
nothing to
because they don't
do.
let you move the saves
That's
off, right?
the thing. Well, so you can transfer switch Pokemon saves between switches, but you have to do that at the time your switch is working. Right? You cannot back them up. There is no way to back up Pokemon saves. They just don't let you do it. And then when you go and send in your Switch, you're like, oh, we might wipe your Switch. You might not be able to keep everything. Make sure you back it up. And I'm like, how? How am I meant to do that? And then you send it in and they don't back it up, and then they just give you a new Switch because it's like, oh, we don't actually care about this. So it's just, oh no, there's no way. That's the thing. There's no lesson to be learned. The lesson to be learned is Nintendo and Pokemon both suck, and I hate them both, and I'm very annoyed. But so I played through Pokemon Scarlet. I just kind of like sped run it. I got someone to pump some vitamins into not vitamins, some XP candy into my Pokemon, to speed run it, and just did it. So I've now got to the point where I can actually do all of the raids. I've not done No, I was Violet. I did not Scarlet. It was Violet. I did like that. I might do Scarlet at some point. I've done Scarlet as far as I can like redeem online stuff. So I got the second, but I don't have the energy for any more.
I haven't even. I still haven't finished Area Zero. Don't even think I've gotten to Area Zero.
Oh, Codey. Area
So
Zero's the best bit.
I need to finish. I know. I've heard.
But yeah, so I've played these games 3 times now, and I'm going to end up doing a 4th at some point. But who knows when I have them. Today I started playing Pikmin 4.
Woo.
Which is interesting because I was talking about this in the Slacks, and I was like, I don't understand why this game has multiple tutorials. So you start the game up and it's like a tutorial with a little bit of backstory as to how you get to this game. And you're like, okay, cool. This is nice. This is a good tutorial because it's like, oh, you got this little area you can run around in and it teaches stuff as you go. It doesn't ever stops you doing something. It just kind of shows things on the screen. And then eventually, once you've done everything, you then get through and you go through the next bit of story, and then it takes you to the first level, and the first level is a tutorial, and you're like, I don't understand, why is this a tutorial? And this is a infinitely worse tutorial, because you walk 10 steps and then it pauses, shows a cutscene, tells you how to do something they already taught you how to do, and then you walk another 10 steps, it pauses, has a cutscene, bunch of nonsense, and then tells you how to do a thing that you already know how to do. And I'm just like, I don't understand. It's not even like other games have better tutorials. This game has a better tutorial than it does. Like, I don't know, how do you make both of those tutorials, one which is terrible, one which is great, and then just keep them both? I don't understand. Bizarre. Yeah. So I was enjoying it. Now I'm not enjoying it. Hopefully I can get through the tutorial and start enjoying it again. I think that's what I've been.
That's what we've been playing.
Shall we talk about some news?
Yeah, we got a lot of news.
Oh, right. Moondrop 1.0 is out, except it's still in early access, maybe. No, it looks like they've clicked the button. It does look like it's now.
Yeah, so they had said at the end, if you still see the game labeled as early access on Steam, there was a slight hiccup with the price increase. Valve needs to approve the increase, which I expect to happen later today. So like that should be fixed now. So it should just be version 1.0 now.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, like at the top of their thing, it says version 1.0 because I commit crimes against version 2.
I suspect this is it's not the first version, right? Because 1.0 is like the first version.
Okay.
But I think it's pretty common to be like, this is the point where we will hit like the first full version. And even though there might be news, like it's just, I mean, I can argue for hours about version numbers. I don't care. Like if your first version outside of early access is 1.0, that's fine. I'm fine. I don't care about that. There are so many more things to be annoyed about, which I will definitely be annoyed about at some point.
Yeah. For sure. So yeah, that's out.
That's out. Woo.
The mutating mountain farm. It's out.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the look of this game. Like just the graphics, it's not. And this is not to be mean, but it's not like the cute 8-bit graphics. It's like
the
shifting mountain sounds interesting.
Yeah,
but there needs to be more. I think. I don't think I'm going to.
To me, it sounds chaotic, which is going to appeal to some people. Yeah, because it's a challenge. But for me, I'm like. I would rather play a cozy catch butterflies and look at butterflies game.
What a coincidence. Do I have the game for you?
Do you really?
Flutter away. This game is also out now. I think this game came out like 2 days after the last episode where we had any news in.
Yeah, it says it released August 3rd. So yeah.
Yeah, it is currently August 17th.
That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway, doesn't
So yeah,
matter.
this is the cute little, there's a capybara friend and you're trying to find butterflies. You're filling a deck,
Yeah.
like kind of a deck. Like one of the pages of your journal that you saw, I kind of like paused the trailer and I read a little bit, and it was really cool because it was telling you like information about the rainforest and about what the
Mm,
rainforest people call these butterflies, which
yeah.
is so yeah, it is now available on Switch for $12.99 and Steam for $12.99. And I will say on Steam, on Mac and PC, which is always good to know for those of us that have Macs as their prime. And you can pet the capybara. So if you're a big fan of the Twitter /X/ whatever we want to call it page, can you pet the dog? Capybara.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of
Yes, it does.
in a good way.
Big same.
It's on my maybe list. Palia have announced that they're coming to Switch, and I think this is the first time where they've said a release timeline. They've said that it's releasing holiday season 2023. Which presumably like this is just about Switch, right? It says Palia will be available on Nintendo Switch this holiday season, but presumably that also means that the Steam version will be released then as well.
Some people are already playing it.
Yeah, it's in early access, but
Yeah.
they do like it would be weird if they released on Switch because you're not allowed, ignoring the fact that Disney Dreamlight Valley is in this weird situation. And I don't know why. Like, I suspect the only reason it's allowed to do it is because it's Disney. It would be you're not technically allowed to have early access games on Switch, so they would have to say it's finished, right? And it would be weird for the Steam version to still be in early access when the
I mean,
Switch
they do
version's out.
that though. Like they have games come out and they're available, and then they have plans to port it elsewhere.
Yeah, but it's not. But that's the wrong way. Right? Like it's already out
The
on
wrong
Steam,
way
right?
around.
Like, isn't it?
I
Maybe. Oh
don't
wait, is
think
it not on
no,
Steam? Where
no.
is
It's
it?
just their website. You
Oh,
just
it's a
do it from the
closed
website.
beta. Interesting. Okay, so it's going to be an exclusive to Switch,
I believe so.
but it's an open beta now. I'm
But
very
it's only
interested.
on the website. So
Well,
yeah, I haven't played it. But I have a friend that has a reference code, and she's like gonna give it to me when, because I said I wanted to wait for it to be on Steam, or sorry, Switch. I want Switch. So once it's on Switch, I'll jump into this game 100%. So
yeah,
it's gonna scratch that World of Warcraft itch.
yeah, because it's fully MMO, isn't it?
Hmm.
Which means that I probably. But
Well, it'll be all me, and it'll be crossplay, so it'll be great.
I look forward to hearing about it when you play it. Next, we have Sprout Valley, which, fun fact, I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast before. I may have, or may have not. Stardew Valley's original name was Sprout Valley. This is not that. This is a separate game. Sprout Valley is a pixel art one, farming game. Stop me if you've heard that before. They
Put put
said
a dollar in the jar. By
they've
the
said
time.
as an offhanded comment in a Kickstarter update, we are planning to release this fall. Like it doesn't say, it's not like it's titled August update. What are we working on? And then they talk about a bunch of stuff and they're like, we're planning to release this fall. And then there's just more words after that. And I'm like, oh, okay. This is why I read all the words in these updates. Because there's always
It specifically said this month is not much going on in terms
yeah.
of updates. We're planning to release this fall. Like, what are you doing then?
Bizarre. So yeah,
Yeah.
apparently that's a thing that's happening. Cool. Nothing else to say about that one just now. The Palace on the Hill. We got the first information about a release date and then that it's delayed. So
Well, they specifically said that so they have a prologue
yeah,
that you can
yeah,
play on Steam, and they
yeah.
got a lot of really good feedback from the prologue. And so now that since they're trying to incorporate the feedback that they got from the prologue, they're going to extend the date.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not complaining about that. It's funny how they had never publicly said that they were planning to release in August. It's just that this tweet is the first time they'd said that, and in the next sentence, in the same sentence, that they're delaying. So it was just funny how you're like, oh, they're planning to release in August. Oh no, they're not anymore. Like it's just a little bit of whiplash there. So yeah, there's no date just now, but that's fine. it's good that they're taking the feedback from the prologue.
It still looks really cute.
Is that Xbox news new?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's coming to Xbox. We didn't know that before. I
Yep.
lose track. There's too many games to keep track of. 91 I now have in my list.
We can add to it.
Over Magica has been delayed till 2024. I'm not surprised. I think we're going to get a lot of this over the next couple of months because we still have 22 that have just said 2023 and nothing else. And then we have like another 15 that are meant to be coming out this year. So I suspect at least 20 of them will be delayed because we're in August now. So.
Yeah. And I commented that for Ova Magica on the delay, the update mention about this, the response from all the backers was largely positive. And I just wanted to shout out Ova Magica here because they are doing really well about having open and honest communication about where the game is and what exactly they've been working on.
Yeah.
And it's all stuff that people have been asking about. It's not out of the blue. And everyone's just like, yeah, take your time. Like, we're just really excited for this game. So
yeah,
be honest.
As we've discussed before, communication can do a massive thing. You know, you don't have to end up in the situation that some game developers do when they don't say anything. People get annoyed.
Well, and it's not just game developers. I was just having this conversation the other day with someone about authors because I read books and it's often multiple book series. And then you have an author that just goes AWOL for a decade. Or they're like, oh, I'm working on it. And I'm like, okay, in the time that you have been quote unquote working on this one book, this other dude has put out 20 books. So like what?
And it's not even that. It's also when they then go and do like other things, like, you know, they make a TV series based on their book and then they write other books. And
and then there's another TV series about their other book. So I was actually not talking about Martin.
I know it.
But he is another great example of that, of like, okay, but like we are still waiting for that other thing. And like, even just saying, hey, the story's gotten away from me, or hey, this is taking a little bit longer, or something like that. Like,
we know that these things happen. Writer's block happens. That is literally a phrase that's coined, that's used in other places because of that. Yeah. Right? You just need to say it.
Like, I'm stuck and I thought that doing a second project would be great. Like, cool.
Or hey, I'm making lots of money on this other one. I'm doing that for a while, right?
Yeah. Great. Cool.
That might annoy people, but it's less annoying than just saying nothing.
And us being like, but yeah. So Ova Magica, thumbs up for talking about.
Agreed.
Thumbs down for having games that release on the 28th of September.
This week. Oh, my word, Codey. Right, so Wildbender have announced that their game is releasing on the 28th of September. 28th of September, that might sound similar, you say. Well, it's not. It's not the day that Mineko's Night Market, Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, Paleo Pines, and My Time at Sandrock is releasing. It's not that day. It's not the same. It's 2 days after that. It's 2 days after that. Oh my word, that week is, my word, we've got the Tuesday, got 4 games coming out. The Thursday, we've got another game coming out. Look, I'm sorry, but Mineko's Night Market still trumps everything.
Yeah. Not about Wildbender. Let me clarify. The thumbs down is not for Wildbender. It's just for the date.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard about Wildbender, so I'm just going to blurb it real quick. Do you not want me to do?
No. Sorry, I was still just exasperated about that week. I just before, hey, game developers, see if you're like, oh, I don't know when other games are releasing, right? And I don't want to overload things. I have a list. Come and talk to me. I have a list of 91 games. 91. Hey, and you know what? Actually, if you pay on my Patreon, you can get the list and see it. I have 91 games. If you're a game developer, come and talk to me. I'll tell you when there are games, because there are a lot of games coming out and we don't want you releasing at the same time. Please.
Yeah. Well, and not only because we are overloaded as players, but like, that's not going to be good for you. I mean, if you're not at this point Mineko's Night Market, then you're going to be like, man, release was really thin, and be like, there's a reason for that. And it starts with M and ends with Mineko's Night Market. Okay, so Wildbender, quote, is a desert gardening survival game where you'll get to start from a small spring in a barren desert and grow it into a blossoming oasis. Search the desert around you for valuable seeds to grow new plants to craft a range of useful items. As you explore the desert, you'll find adorable wildlife to befriend, secrets to uncover, and ancient deities to ally with. Just remember to take a full water bottle and plenty of food.
Yeah. It's basically an open world game where you're turning a desert into not a desert.
Yeah, and first of all, sometimes deserts need to be deserts. They are also an important ecosystem. But second of all, it looked really cool. Like there was like a magic system or something to it. Like some of the creatures are like magical, like little wispy things flying around. You were flying around at one point, and I don't know if that's with tech or if it's just that you're able to fly. But it just really
so
cute.
I'm guessing related to the whole like don't get rid of all the deserts. I'm guessing that this is like this is not how the world used to be, and we're now kind of like returning it to what it was, which obviously still has its issues. Humans messing around with things generally causes issues, even if you think you're like fixing the problems that you caused in the first place.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think it's just like, oh, here's a desert, let's get rid of a desert.
Deserts are stupid. No, they're not. Stupid deserts.
Awesome. Okay, so that's all of the release news for like games. We then have a bunch of information about some updates / DLC. So we have another Lens Island update. This one is called the Cursed Underworld update, and it's releasing on the 10th of September. And Cody, you've played this game.
It includes a new mode, and instead of the underground cave network being static, which is what it was when I played it, it is now going to be procedural. But you can also, if you don't want things to attack you, you can have a peaceful game mode, which you can enchant weapons. And there's, I don't know what improved survival mechanics is, but I'm here for it.
It sounds good. I like to survive in a survival game.
I like to survive, and if it's improved, that's cool. No, I don't know. I haven't taken the time to play this in a while as they creep towards a 1.0 question mark, right? They're not ready. They're not in 1.0 yet.
They're not out yet. No, this is a early access update.
Every time I see new things, I'm just so jazzed. And to see things develop from where they started, and know that even when it started, it was a pretty fun game. Like it was just that there were a couple things that were closed off. But other than that, like I saw where to go. I saw what to do. So, and I was enjoying doing it. So super excited to play this. And the trailer looks really cool. So I need to jump back in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's generally been a good early access. My one complaint is they launched without controller support. When I first played it, I was like, this is horrific to try and play on my Steam Deck. Like, this is just horrible. They now have controller support. I've just not gone back yet. Above Snakes also has an update, 1.2 update, which doesn't have a name, but does have some stuff. So as usual, they're adding more pieces to add to your world. Because if you don't remember, Above Snakes is the game that is like cell based. How would you like puzzle? It's like a game board, and you're like adding squares to your board. And there's like a limited number of different things you can do. So they've added a bunch more. And Japanese localization. So if you only speak Japanese, which you probably don't because you're listening to this podcast, you can now play the game. Or if you are learning Japanese and you want to do that, because I know some people like to do that, that's also a way to do that.
Yeah, I guess like the one question that I have from this is, so there are 2 new desert world pieces, specifically desert. I guess that was
more
that
desert.
answers my question. I was like, what world pieces are there? Because if you just go based on this picture, it would be like some type of foresty one and then some type of fossil-y deserty one, but it says added 2 new desert world pieces that unlocked after placing the first. Different kinds of desert, because desert is an important ecosystem.
Yeah, I feel a theme.
Sundown Survivors.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just the Above Snakes update's out now.
Sundown
Survivors.
No desert here.
Probably not. 1.3 is out now. I still don't really know about this game. It's a very stressful game.
Yeah, it looks like it's an intense game. I don't know. I guess I haven't looked at it more closely. I'm just reading the balance changes. They did a lot of like some things got nerfed, some things got boosted. But then I saw this word mammoth.
What?
Mammoth.
Mammoth. What is mammoth a mammoth?
Mammoth's HP. Is it a mammoth and a cow? You have my attention.
I don't want to play this game.
Listeners, if you have played Sundown Survivors, is it Sundown or Sundown Survivors?
It was called Sundown. It's now called Sundown Survivors, but they don't seem to have changed the name. Look, it's a roguelike. I don't want to play it.
Okay. If you have played Sundown, tell us what Mammoth is, because I have a curiosity. But limited time.
They did this annoying thing where they changed the name and they never actually said they were changing it. So they just like started referring to it as the new name. And like at least do it consistently. Your logo doesn't even have the word Survivors.
I know, that's why I was confused. It's also not in their blurb on Steam. It just says Sundown. And I'm like,
if you're going to rename it, do it properly. Come on.
Control F. Sundown Survivors has a 1.3 update, which is out now, and it has bug fixes and patches, and they nerf a lot of things down at the bottom. Yep. That's the thing. Tell us what Mammoth is.
Yeah, we want to know what it's a mammoth of some kind. It may well. I wonder if it's just is it just a cow? A weird name for a mammoth. Who knows? Traveler's Rest have a new update. It's a farm animal. Added new farm.
So
it's hard to know when you've not actually played these games.
So if you watch the trailer, she is hitting cows. 50 seconds into the trailer, she is hitting cows with a broom, and the cows die.
Oh, don't do that.
And she like kills the two cows and then gets the material from them. But like, is that
how
you kill your animals? You see it now?
Oh no.
And then she does it with the pig.
One of the items looks like guts. It does. For the pig, right? When she kills the pig, one of them looks like a ball of intestines.
Pork and beef.
Oh no.
Pork. Oh, nope, there was something else.
Yeah, it did say something. I'm going to have to pause. It was up for like one frame. It's called intestine.
Oh my gosh.
I'm done. No. Not intestine.
You pick up pig intestines. Listeners, have you ever wanted to use pig intestines in a game? Traveler's Rest has got you back.
Oh my
I wonder if you use it to like make sausage, right? Because isn't that what it is?
I don't care.
Okay.
No. Oh my word.
The line you draw.
Are you a vegan? Don't play this game. Definitely don't. Oh my word.
But if you want to use all the parts of the animal.
Yeah, but oh my word. Look, I know, right? I don't want pig intestines in my game. Right? Like this is the whole realism versus like actually.
Yeah.
And it's like it feels a little bit weird killing your farm animals. I know that's a thing that happens. Yeah, why are you killing them with a broom? Did you see the pain in their faces?
Yes.
They like they've built sprites that are like pain faces.
Like flinching.
This is horrible.
Like they are flinching.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
There's so much detail here. And then pig intestines pop out.
This is someone who's developed the game so much and they're like in a rabbit hole. No, I'm kidding. Someone probably wants this. Someone's interested in it. But with a broom, I don't want Traveler's Rest.
As you're seeing this clip of this person hitting and killing these cows and pigs with a broom, the narrator says, and your animals will be easier to take care of. Take care of?
Can you go take care of the cow, please? We need food for the dinner. Yeah. Take care of it.
Okay. Wow.
Farm animal updates out now.
Okay. Right. I've just seen a tweet from them saying that they are thinking about an animal cruelty free / vegan method. They are working on it. It is on their roadmap.
Oh yeah, here we go. Someone says hitting the animals with the broom really turned me off from buying the game. I'm looking forward to a more humane update. Working on it. Oh my gosh. I still bought the game because it looked amazing. I can't put the controller down, and then they say mission accomplished. They're like, we're working on it. And the person's like, I bought it anyway. And they're like, cool, don't have to do anything. No, I'm kidding. They're still working on it. They have a roadmap.
Yeah, I
Let me
can't
see how
see it
far
on the
the
roadmap though.
Insect collection, all very long term. Womp.
Yeah, I
womp.
can't see it on there anywhere.
Humane animals.
Yeah, I can't see it on their list. So, let's move on, shall we? We'll come back. We'll keep you up to date on when there's a vegan option for Traveler's Rest, or even just a more humane way of killing your animals.
Maybe it's new farming mechanics.
Let's build a zoo.
Yep.
Speaking of cruelty to animals, well, Let's Build a Zoo is the one that lets you like crossbreed into like horrific creatures.
Oh yeah.
I love this. I love this game so much. I wish I enjoyed playing management games and I would play this much more. Anyway, the Aquarium Odyssey DLC, which adds an aquarium, is out now. So you can go get it now. Oh, it's apparently in my library. Did I already buy it? When did I buy this DLC?
Is it free?
Oh, no, I didn't buy it. It's all good. No. No.
It's part of Dinosaur Island.
No, none of that. None of that. It is that the news update was on the game itself, not the DLC. So when it said in library, it meant we're all good. I'm no longer confused. 50 plus new animals. Over 50 new fish and mammal species are ready for you to adopt and showcase to your visitors, from dolphins to manta rays, whales and starfish, to lobsters and eels. There are so many favorites available to take in.
By adding sea animals to your zoo, you will have the ability to create more than 10 million animal variants in the sandbox mode. Are you ready to make the world's first chick ale or eloose? Which I'm assuming are a chicken whale and an eel moose?
Oh, chicken whale.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, Cody. I'll be honest with you.
I feel like this whole game, or at least the concept of making all these variants, came when someone was like, oh, this is my Chihuahua Great Dane mix. And they were like, what?
I just love that they're leaning into this and just going even more crazy. Like, I love it. It's great. Fantastic. I just wish I enjoyed playing it more.
I mean, so did you play Let's Build a Zoo?
I did, yeah.
So do you like put in a thing, or do you take DNA and
then... so it's DNA based.
Okay, good.
So you're not forcing them cruelty to procreate, or like cutting them half and splicing them together. No, It's DNA based. So you build like a DNA lab, and then you put two in, and you analyze their DNA, and you come out with this abomination. Right. And you can do it as many times as you want with as many.
Do the abominations live every time, or is there a time when it just comes out and it's just like obviously not happy to be alive?
Oh, no. That would be horrible. Okay. I haven't come across that. In my experience, they all lived.
Okay.
But who knows?
Who knows maybe what's on the back end?
Like 1 in every 100, they come out asking for death.
They come out and they're just like, you made a chickale, but you euthanized it because it was not.
So, I tell you, here's something though. The interesting thing about this game is that obviously, so you have different areas in your zoo, right? You say like, this is the desert area, this is the grasslands, etc., etc. And obviously with this one, you have like, here's the water, but it's not like you can't put them in the other areas, right? It tells you which ones are the ideal ones to put them in, and it also does things with like, oh, don't put it with this animal because they'll eat them or whatever, which is quite a cool way of doing it. But you can put them in one that it's not meant to be there. And if you put it with something that will get eaten by it, then it just gets eaten. And if you put them in a one that it's not meant to be in, they just don't live as well. So like they get sad or ill and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you put non-water creatures in the water and drown them?
See, this is the kind of stuff that like, so in Zoo Tycoon that you could do, you could literally just put an animal in an empty enclosure and then give it like the bare freaking minimum, and that's it. And they're unhappy. And I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, oh,
this is not about what you. Yeah, this is not about what you would do. I just want to know.
But
can you drown them?
The dichotomy is if my sim goes to bed earlier than I wanted it to, I put it in the shed of shame where I make it walk into a room and just delete the door. Just punish it for a day.
I think the thing is, right, when you're playing The Sims and you're being mean, you're being cruel to the humans, you're probably thinking about horrible humans, right? Because humans can be pretty horrible.
I mean, I'm thinking
like,
about my sim that was supposed to go to bed, was supposed to go to school that day, and it was so close to an A.
Right.
And now it's the weekend, and now you didn't go to school on time. You don't get to do anything this weekend.
Oh my. So, but like, well, just go with me on this one, right? So like,
Okay.
you've got there are many cruel, evil people, right? And so you can think, oh, this is fine because this is a cruel, evil human, right? But you don't really get that with animals, right? Animals are mostly just kind of doing their natural instincts. Let's ignore orcas for just now. And so you like. I think that's probably the difference, right? You can't like be like being cruel to a dog and you're just like, oh, this is Hitler, right? Like that's not how it works.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my dog, when he tries to get into the trash for the 8th time in the day, I'm like,
your dog is Hitler.
You're Hitler.
We're back to the cat with war crimes.
So yeah, but I don't even know. But let's build a zoo, aquarium.
Oh, so that's the updates and DLC.
None of the animals are Hitler
that we know of.
I wonder if there's an animal crossover that would make the word Hitler, like a hippo and
anything with a cat.
Stantler, also known as Hitler.
We're gonna talk about some other updates that didn't fit into the previous categories. So we have a new gameplay trailer for Harvest Moon: The Winds of Anthos.
And all I care about is the dog race.
I don't know. So have me and you talked about this game yet?
No.
So I feel like this game still hasn't given me a reason not to like it.
Yeah.
Which
no, I get
I'm
that
still waiting for it.
I mean, other than the fact that the name is weird.
Well, sure, but like all that, there are so many games that have weird.
But like, it looks all right. The
horse controls look janky, but other than that,
I think that the dog.
I'm still really hopeful about.
Yeah. So what's
only a month?
It's just that there's a trailer. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just new trailer. I don't think there's any new.
Yeah, no, it looks good. An icy tomato, a snowman.
Oh, that is a cute dog. Oh.
So it looks cute. I'm excited to hear what y'all have to say about it. Oop, I found the problem. Don't touch bears. Don't come up to black bears or touch dinosaurs. Excuse me? At 1 minute 38 seconds in the trailer, someone is in like a lava zone and they're pointing at a dinosaur.
Yeah, well, where else are the dinosaurs going to be? In
the past.
Right, Codey, to be fair, she's shocked.
She is pretty shocked.
That is a shocked
That's my
face.
It's my face looking at the dinosaur. Like, what the heck?
Although then she's got a shocked face when Doc Jr.'s talking about chickens. So I feel like not much. She gets shocked by a lot of stuff.
I mean, chickens. It's because chickens are dinosaurs. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, the volcanoes are up.
But the chickens are thing. We're off the rails.
Moonstone Island has a collaboration that we know Johnny is going to love. This is an Ooblets collaboration. This is wild.
Yeah,
this is wild, Codey.
This
Moonstone Island are adding Ooblets into the game.
This opens up like what? Like, where is the end? Ooblets in your coffee. Ooblets in House of Dragons.
I'm so fascinated by this. Like,
yeah, I think it's interesting. I wrote hilariously, Johnny, what ooblet do you want in Moonstone Island?
Tells Johnny.
Which of the goofy named things do you...
Radlad is probably one of the better named ones from his point of view, I suspect.
Yeah, yeah. I
guess
not
the goofy, it's just a joke.
The other person to ask would be Bev, what they think, what ooblet they think would be best for collaborations, and then also which one would be best for...
Radlad is definitely a good option. I also like Shrumbo. And those are the only ones I can...
I'm trying to find a list of impums. Oh, those are clubs.
I was going to say that's a club. Come on. Why not?
I want like a list of the ooblets. Okay, whatever. This is taking too much time. Really interesting though. To see to see a collaboration between these games. So I wonder if they're gonna do more, or if Ooblets is gonna put their Ooblets into other games. I don't know. Very interesting.
Yeah. Mossfield Origins are moving to self-publishing. I mean, I don't think this really changes much for anyone. It's an interesting thing. I know that Stardew did this a few years after release. They switched from what was it, the cat?
Stardew?
Yeah, what was Stardew?
I thought it was always just
No.
dude.
They used a publisher, Chucklefish. Chucklefish, and then moved to self-publishing. Yeah, I mean, if you can do it, it's less money to pay for other things, so more money to the developer. I guess they've obviously thought this.
There's also Steam Next Fest, which there will be a demo of Mossfield Origins during Steam Next Fest, which is an event happening here in October. So it's a multi-day celebration. It starts October 9th at 10 a.m. And I believe it's just kind of there's 7 days and there's hundreds of demos and hours of developer streams. So it's just kind of like a way for you to see people playing the games that are coming up in the future. So Mossfield Origins.
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of other games as well. I don't tend to talk a huge amount about them because like we're doing up-to-date news, but this is quite a while away, so get on that if you want to play it. We've got 2 soundtracks that are out. We've got Roots of Pacha and Research Story have both released their soundtrack.
Roots of Pacha is on Spotify and Research Story is not. But you can get the Research Story one for, on Steam. And it has 31 tracks. A couple different artists, which is really... Speaking of something that's coming out, but we know very little about it.
Yeah, I'm hyped about this. I'm going to start my cooking channel.
Yeah.
Because the Stardew Valley cookbook is coming out next year. So I'm going to start a cooking channel called, get this, Al Dente.
No, it's the worst. We could totally have, like, that could be a segment on this show. Like,
what, Al Dente?
Instead of greenhouses, it's like another edition of Al Dente. And in it, maybe like you and one other person recreates a cooking recipe from this cookbook.
I feel like it needs to be a separate thing. I feel like even if it's just like a temporary thing.
Okay.
This is not me promising to do this, by the way. just in case you're thinking, listeners.
This is Al promising to do. I am promising that Al will do.
Let me tell you. So I love this. So I have some developer friends who were commenting on this, and they were throwing a bunch of weird prompts into ChatGPT to try and get some suggestions.
Okay.
And one of the prompts came up with the best tagline. So it starts off, Al, welcome you unsuspecting culinary captives. I just love that so much. Unsuspecting culinary captives.
I mean, it has to happen now. I'm here for it.
Today we're diving into the deep, dark abyss of culinary chaos to whip up that elusive monstrosity known as seafoam pudding. That charming game, Stardew Valley, although it for some reason wrote Starview Valley. Oh, we love AI. Al grabs a mixing bowl and starts hurling ingredients into it without measuring.
I'm going to follow this recipe.
All right, listen up, because I'm only saying this once. We're making seafoam pudding. I've already said that a second time. Why? I don't know. Nobody knows, but we're doing it anyway because apparently it's a thing.
That is you. Like, you say that.
Al grumbles as he struggles to crack eggs, spilling them all over the counter. How dare you? I am good at cracking eggs. Thank you very much.
No, I'm sure that you can crack eggs, but you've said like that exact phrase of like, here we're doing this. Why? I don't know, but we're doing it anyway. Like, I feel like you have said that before.
First, we need eggs. How many? Who cares? Just throw them in. You like guessing games, right?
Gosh. It's you on chaos mode.
Next up, sugar, because every good recipe starts with a truckload of sugar. Who needs dental hygiene when you can have a sugar high?
It's al dente, get yourself to the dentist because of how much sugar you're consuming.
Now vanilla extract, or is it fish oil? Who cares? A splash of something liquid and it's good to go. Al
No,
dramatically pours a random liquid into the bowl, then sniffs it suspiciously.
those are two very different things.
I love this so much.
You need to include this somewhere on put it on the Slack.
Now the pièce de résistance, the enigmatic sea foam. What is it? How do you get it? No one knows. And honestly, I'm not even sure if I care at this point. Al flings handfuls of whipped cream and crumbled cookies into the bowl, laughing maniacally.
That sounds good.
Assuming that I put the vanilla extract in, that is.
Correct. If you put the fish oil in, it's done.
Mix it all together until it looks like a crime scene of flavors. We want confusion, chaos, and flavor anarchy, people. Al mixes the concoction with wild abandon, splattering the camera with bits of the mixture. Now for the grand finale, we summon the culinary spirits of Stardew Valley by screaming at the top of our lungs. Are you ready? I don't care. Let's do it anyway. Al lets out a primal scream that shakes the entire set, causing a few dishes to crash to the floor. And there you have it, folks, the abomination that is seafoam pudding from the depths of gaming nonsense. Serve it in whatever container you can find. An old shoe? Perfect. A flower pot? Even better. Al violently scoops the pudding into various unconventional containers. This is Al signing off with a reminder. Culinary precision is for the weak. Embrace the chaos, revel in the madness, and remember, if your food doesn't make you question your life choices, are you even living?
Culinary precision is for the weak.
Al takes a monstrous bite of the seafoam pudding, his expression a mixture of confusion and irritation. And if you're wondering if this tastes good, who cares? Until next time, stay furious, my friends.
Stay furious? You better follow, if you make al dente, you better follow this to the letter.
The script exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, my word.
I would watch that.
I love it. This is the thing, right? Okay, we don't need to get into debate, but sometimes it can create masterpieces. Oh, why does AI know me better than I know myself?
It certainly captured your essence.
So there's a Stardew Valley cookbook coming out next year.
Look forward to al dente.
Am I going to buy it? Probably. I don't know why I'm saying probably. I think you all know what's going to happen. Right?
Yeah. But there's no pictures or anything of it right now.
No.
It's literally just, it's coming out, the end.
I mean, well, let's be honest, Codey. If there were any pictures, would it make me any more likely or less likely to buy it?
No, but I would like to see the pictures.
You see the pictures when you buy it, Codey. That's how it works. You don't want to get it free.
No, you'll share the pictures with me.
So here's an interesting. So you can get it on hardcover for $28 or £22, or you can get it on the Kindle for, I don't know what it is in dollars, but it's £9, so probably about 10. So that's good, because quite often books are the same price on Kindle, which is just stupid. Whereas this is a very decent discount. I mean, I do think that not buying this is probably the better option for the vast majority of people.
Right.
But yeah, I'm almost certainly going to buy this. So come join the Patreon and help me pay for this insane thing. Oh my word, I can't get over how much that script actually does sound like me. Why on earth? Why? Am I that predictable?
Said, oh my word, at some point, I would have been like, you wrote this. You wrote this. Don't tell me.
Unsuspecting culinary captives.
You don't know it, but you're a captain of a chaotic vessel. Here we go.
Anyway,
we got 3 more pieces of news, Owls. We got this.
Yeah, so we've got 3 games that are at various levels of information, and they're Chilltown was on Kickstarter. It has been funded and it has ended. So if you want to back it, too late. They're currently saying that the early access is coming out in October and the game is releasing in Q2 2024. I'd be very surprised if that happens. But yeah, if you want it, it will exist at some point.
Because it just got funded. So
literally
if it
5 days ago as we're talking.
So if it was coming this soon, like what was being funded?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not that uncommon that they're like, oh, we just need to like get this over. Like if it's somebody's been
Hump or
developing
something.
it for years on their own and they're like, right, I'm so close, but I need to like devote my time to this, then they would do that. It's coming to PC and maybe Mac, but it's unclear. It doesn't say it's not coming to Mac. It doesn't say it's exclusive to Windows, but
They were only asking for $1,000
that's how you know you're going to get a successful
because they
campaign.
said we're excited to share that our Kickstarter campaign has achieved a funding level of 490%.
That's
Oh wait, 10. Sorry, they were asking for 10,000.
oh yeah,
But like, still, that's nothing.
maths.
It's not very much.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's a big difference between 10 and 1, but yeah,
Yeah, I think that it looks like my comment was that it looks like Animal Crossing,
yeah,
but there's a cat following you, and there's a little bit more detail.
yeah, yeah. So, what did I write anything for this? A unique blend of soothing simulation and an idle game with music, decoration, fishing, cooking, farming. Dot dot dot.
Yeah, it did have a decent amount of farming look into it, and some of the farmed things that you had, like it looked like they were like turnips or whatever.
Yeah, they look alive.
They look
Why?
alive.
Why did the turnips look alive?
They have faces.
Oh no, not this again.
Unless these are turnips, unless it's like Joan.
Am I eat? Is this an ooblets and they're going to help me out, or am I going to have to eat live turnips?
Maybe it's like the stonk exchange in Animal Crossing where you just like are trading these things and you're not actually eating them.
Players have a range of methods for catching different types of pals. Oh, it's ooblets again. These methods include digging them up from the ground, sneaking up on them, and capturing them while fishing in the sea, or employing specialized tools such as a suction gun explicitly designed for their capture.
Jeez.
These I know that was quite the wording on that, my word. These tools
I just imagine them running away. And they're like, there's one in the corner, like, "Mommy, no!"
it's like, no, I'm gonna shoot you. These tools can either be crafted by the player or purchased from the local town shops. And you're right, yeah, okay. So you're growing creatures. It's a creature collection. Why didn't it say that?
It doesn't say that anywhere.
But it is like you read the detail and you're like, oh, you grow these creatures and you capture them and then you evolve them and then there's different rarity and your bonds increase with them and you can make hybrid. They're calling them pals, which I really don't like as a word, pal. Hybrid pals. Yeah, it's a creature collection farming game, which is fine. Like I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't realize that because I have backed this one. So I really paid attention when I was backing it. No, it's good. I like it, but it like doesn't make that clear anywhere else. And then there's also just fish, just fish,
Yeah.
like hyper realistic looking fish in this game that you have turnip with eyes.
Yeah.
Like what? The fish looks so out of. Have you seen the fish?
I'm scrolling.
They look so out of place.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
What's with that? It's like everything is like chibi and cartoony, and then you've got this hyper looking bass.
It's the same with the butterflies. Also, these are all just blue
Oh yeah,
butterflies.
that's
But like
weird.
this reminds me of Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing, when you collect the insects and then you look at them in your
That's true.
whatever, they look very real.
That's
And the way
true.
that your person holds up the thing, like, wow, I caught it. Like
Yeah.
it's very Animal Crossing. Oh wait, they actually have cooking.
Oh, you can pay $75 to get a unicorn.
Or
$20 for a baby dragon.
Kickstart. Yeah. No, it says 75.
For what?
Oh, add on baby dragon. Okay.
Yeah, it's $20 that you can get the dragon on its own.
They did not unlock
Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just going to be PC question mark.
I mean they'll port to Switch if it's successful. But yeah, it certainly won't be coming to start with. But these things never do. They never release with Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the look of it. It looks a little bit weird. It looks a little bit cute. I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I didn't realize until this conversation that it was a creature collection game. You learn something new every day.
Classic.
Moonlight Peaks.
Have you ever wanted to be a vampire?
This is wild. And experience life as a vampire in Moonlight Peaks. Master the art of potion making and spellcasting. Tend to your supernatural farm and make your mark on the magical town. Befriend the local werewolves, witches, and mermaids, and maybe even find eternal love along the way.
In this heartwarming life sim, you set out to prove to your skeptical father, Dracula,
Wait, what? What?
that a life of compassion is possible.
I missed that. Where's that? Oh no!
It's down under about this game. Your
A
father
life of
is
compassion
Dracula.
is possible even for the undead. You're trying to give some humanity to Dracula.
Unravel the mysteries of the 7 families and step out of the shadow of your father. Find your perfect match. Vampire dating is full of options, from werewolves to unsuspecting humans. Yikes.
Unsuspecting.
Also, one of the pictures in the dating
I know.
it's your father.
Well, I don't know. You don't know that's their father. It's just in the image that's above the bit that talks about your father, but it doesn't actually say
That's
it's your
fair.
father. So I'm assuming it's not.
I like
right?
the guy with the owl.
I'm guessing because the 2 characters in that image are both in there. So I'm guessing that you play as one of them and the other one is a villager. Like you can choose one of the, like I presume those are the 2 options you can choose from. And she looks like a witch, not a
Right.
So maybe they're just I'm so confused.
Who knows?
This is wild.
You can.
I'm gonna have to play this game, haven't I?
It has full controller support, so yeah, you do. You fly
because that's the thing that matters.
That or the ability to break up couples is what you need.
Well, yeah, I like it's very kind of purpley.
Yeah, I'm really liking the color scheme. Looking at all the characters, it's my vibe.
I like the art.
I like that you fly around as a bat. You like fly around.
Of course, you're a vampire.
Yeah. There's also a blood meter in the top left. What?
Oh no! Are you gonna have to kill people?
What do you do?
Oh no!
All moonlighters assemble. Ask me anything. Oh, there was an AMA, and
I'm hoping that is just like your energy bar, and you go to sleep to bring it up. But I have a bad feeling that you're gonna have to keep eating humans.
What if you fall in love with a human and they just let you?
Loftia.
Wait, was I done? Windows and Switch.
Done? Yeah. Windows and Switch, and we don't know when it's coming out.
Yep. Okay. Next, Loftia.
Loftia. The Kickstarter's live now. It will be live for about another week after this episode drop. It is a cozy online game set in a warm solar punk world. Find your new home, contribute to the community, and embark on adventures together. The important thing. I haven't seen the bees. Where are the bees?
If you watch the trailer, you can see them in the background of about 35 seconds into the trailer. You're looking at like a plant creation thing, and it looks like the plant chamber has temperature, pH level, nutrients, energy, and water. So you can change all of those things. And behind it are beehives, and the bees are coming and going.
Oh, yeah, I see. Cool.
You can have cute little dogs, and you can put a hat on your dog. The dog's name is P-Dog. Yeah, this looks like a really cute game.
Yeah.
You still have 14 days to back it, but dear Lord, she smashed that goal.
Oh my word, yeah. Like £500,000, $600,000.
The next thing is that the next stretch goal 650k Loftian tunes. At 700k you get to collect bugs that will boost farming and cultivate a harmonious ecosystem. And then there's animal conservationists, help with the rescue and reintroduction of endangered species. I need those things.
What is this fish engine? So just 2 images down from the stretch goals. They're building a jet engine with a fish around it.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's fish engine.
Oh, my bad. How did I not know what it was?
Let me see.
What's it for?
Let me see if they talk about it in the trailer. It's mentioned in the trailer. You're like building it together.
Oh, it's a hydro energy station.
Your dog is helping you build it.
It's for energy.
Okay. But yeah, look at there's like 2 of them in the picture, in the big picture. There's one that looks like a goldfish and one that looks like a whale. Sustainable farming, cute pets.
I don't know whether I'll play this or not because I'm not a huge fan of MMOs and it's an MMO, but it does look pretty cute.
One of the beehives looks like a little Game Boy.
What else?
Cycle things. Energy from the skies.
It's coming to Windows, Mac, and Switch. Currently expecting to release in December 2025.
Have a cappy.
No, we're
December
just saying random.
2025. That's great because that's where I'm going to do the thing where I defend my dissertation.
Nice.
What?
You do that.
What? Oh, okay. The places that you'll go explore our solar punk world, and then it shows Princess Mononoke and Castle in the Sky and Wally, and I was like, excuse me. But that's what it's inspired by. But I was like, are they putting Wally in this game? Yeah, no,
Cool.
Looks really cute.
That's loftier.
I'm gonna keep scrolling forever if I don't shut up.
Thank you, Codey, for joining me for this episode. We now know how to podcast again.
We did it.
Don't worry, listeners, that won't happen again until next summer. We did well. Let us know what you thought about Farming Month.
Fishing month.
Sorry.
We did so well. Let me stumble over my words. Let us know what you thought of Fishing Month and give us some suggestions for what we should do next year for our holiday month.
And let me know what you thought about our last episode and Stardew Valley. No, Stardew Valley. I'm done.
Farming game of the podcast year.
Spiritfarer.
Spiritfarer
1. Let us know what you think. Get a spoiler alert. Let us know what you thought about that.
Yeah.
We have some ideas for things we're going to do in the future because, as I said, I don't think that'll work again, but we have an idea of how to make something similar. So look forward to it. Codey, where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me kind of on Twitter /X/ whatever you want to call it at Codey Mathis, which is just my name. You can also find me on Instagram, which I'm more active on, at Hiking Beagle, Beagle, 2 E's because I study bees and I have a beagle. Where can people find you? Beagle.
People can find me on most of the social networks at the Scottbot, including I'm on the mastodon.scott.
Does Scott have Mastodon. 1 T or 2 T's, Al?
It is 1 T.
Wow. Because Scotland.
Because it's a nationality and not a name. Because we do have a name which is Scott, which has 2 T's, but that's not what it is. I always find it funny, right? Because it's like someone being called Scott.
Yeah.
Is like someone in like America being called Americ. Or like someone in Switzerland being called Switzer. Or someone in France being called France. Oh, they've got Francois.
Frank.
Okay. Maybe it's not that weird. Anyway, you can all find the podcast on Tumblr.
Wow.
I made a Tumblr page for the podcast because
throwing it back.
Not sure I trust Twitter. And I decided that Tumblr is the one that I'm going to put the podcast on. So I'm going to post there. It's still on Twitter if you want, but same name, THS Pod. Come and tumble us. I don't know what the verbs are.
Don't do that.
You can also find everything on our website, harvestseason.club. Yeah, you can find links to everything there, including our Patreon, where we are also THS Pod. If you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get access to our amazing Slack. It's if you liked the unhingedness of this episode, there's more of that there.
So much of that there. Me and Al fighting. What were we fighting?
Hollow Knight.
Was that it? That you hate me? Yeah, you hate me.
I never said you can't do one.
Al
Codey.
Find us on Slack.
You can also get access to our extra bonus episodes of the podcast. Have we had any of them recently? I think we must have, right? Yeah. We did 2 in July and we've done 1 in August so far. So we'll have another one coming soon. So we did one on Hollow Knight, me and Kelly. And then before that, Micah and Kevin did one on Pretty Princess.
Yeah.
So come and see what other wild stuff we're up to. Yeah.
The Hollow Knight one, you need to play the music in the Soul Sanctum.
Yeah, I'll get there. Okay. I've not gone back.
Now that you have your Switch back.
So part of the problem, Codey.
Yeah.
Is I'm like out of the zone, the moment.
Right.
For Hollow Knight, and I need to get back into it, and I'm just not there yet. I've tried a couple of times, and I've done maybe 5 times trying the empty vessel battle. And I've just
So sad.
I've just gotten I've just not managed to get there yet because I've not defeated that battle yet. I'll get there. It does. I just once I get there, I'll get back in. But I'm playing Pikmin just now, so hopefully I'll get to it at some point. I will finish it. I'm just really annoyed
Yeah.
because it's I should have just delayed my playing of Zelda and just finished Hollow Knight. But whatever. Thank you, listeners, for listening, sticking with us. Until next time. Have a good harvest. The harvest season is created by Al McKinley with support from our patrons, including our pro farmers Kevin, Stuart, and Elisa. Our art is done by Micah the Brave, and our music is done by Nick Burgess. Feel free to visit our website, harvestseason.club, for show notes and links to things we discussed in this episode. Codey, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Say that again for the recording.
Okay. Cool. Start recording. Let me know.
It's not going to take 2 hours. I have done.
Oh, it's not going to take 2 hours to record this podcast.
That was a really bad recreation.